Today, we're going to finish off the 5-week series on the 5 Prana Vayus, or movement of life force energy in the body. Just to recap on what we've done so far, the first week we did Udana Vayu, which is the upward and outward movement of life force energy. The second week we did Prana Vayu, which is the inward and upward movement of energy. Third week we did Samana Vayu, which is a spiraling energy from the periphery to the center of the body. So it's all about digestion and integration and assimilation. Last week, we focused on Apana Vayu, which is a downward and outward movement of energy. And today, we're going to cap it off with the 5th and final movement, which is Vyana Vayu, which is the spiraling of energy from the center to the periphery. So Samana Vayu, the 3rd week, that was moving from the periphery to the center. This one goes the other way. And it's all about circulation. So circulation of blood and fluid and energy in your body. It's about putting you out into the world. It's a circulation of thoughts. So if this is the kind of practice you want to do, if you really need to put yourself out into the world in a big way. Maybe you're starting a new business venture, maybe you're trying to date more, maybe you have to do some job interviews. There's so many reasons why you might want to do a practice like this, or bring this kind of practice into your world and into your life. So making sure I haven't forgotten anything by looking at my notes here. These notes, I'll make these available at some point. Yeah, so with the breath, because we like using the breath, Vyana Vayu is affected by the capacity of the inhale and exhale. So it's about big breath on inhale and complete breath on exhale. And you want to make sure that those are about even. So inhaling for a certain amount, exhaling for an equal amount. Ways that we can induce this through our yoga practice are very extroverting practices. So most partner yoga can do this. Vinyasa flows, sun salutations, standing postures, big back bends and lateral poses. Some of these we will do tonight. So there's things like half moon, side plank, dancer pose. Outside of that, chanting is a great way to induce this. Singing, just kind of being out there, like really moving around a big space. Now, if we were in person, we would actually do partner postures and move around the space and get off our mats and stuff, but we'll work it out with what we got here. All right. Cool. All right, we're ready to go. Welcome, everybody I haven't said hi to yet. So there's a mudra, or hand position, that we will do for this Vayu, and it's actually to bring all the tips of all the fingers and thumbs together, and then turn the palms up and just rest them on the tops of your knees or thighs. And just like the last few weeks, I'm going to be chanting the chant for the Vayu, the Vyana Vayu in this case. And what I want you to imagine is just this spiral of energy from the center of your body moving outward. You might even feel like you're kind of putting your feelers out into the world, like you're kind of just being aware of things around you, but keeping it grounded from the body. So you're not getting out there and lost. The leash is not gone. Your mind is still connected to the practice. Okay? And that's what you're going to focus on, just kind of this extroverting, circulatory type of energy. And if your mind wanders, ground it back in and start over. Cool. So sitting tall, relax your shoulders down your back. Take a deep breath in and out. And again, become aware of that circulating energy. You might just be aware of your heart pumping, blood flowing through your veins. Maybe even thinking about the ways that you interact, with the world. Putting your mental circulation out there. Just keep your awareness with that energy as I chant. Om Namo Vyanaya Vyanaya Nama Om Om Vyanaya Swaha Vyanaya Nama Om Om Namo Vyanaya Vyanaya Nama Om Om Vyanaya Swaha Vyanaya Nama Om Om Namo Vyanaya Vyanaya Nama Om Vyanaya Swaha Vyanaya Nama Om Namo Vyanaya Nama Om Vyanaya Swaha Vyanaya Nama Om Namo Vyanaya Nama Om Vyanaya Swaha Vyanaya Nama In a moment, we'll chant the sound Om 3 times. And as we do, feel that sound, whether you're chanting with me or just listening to my voice. Feel that sound expand beyond you, circulating, touching into every being on this planet. The sound of Om. Deep breath in. Om. Let's bring your palms to your heart and lower the chin and honor yourself as you are in this moment. Body, breath, energy, and mind. And it's from this place within you that we will move tonight. So go ahead and rub the palms together, creating heat. And take the heated palms over your eyes. Brushing back over the top of your head and down your neck. Bring yourself back to your space. And let's come on to hands and knees to start. Table pose. Move any props you have off to the side. All right. So hands under your shoulders, knees beneath your hips. Let's begin to move. Inhale, looking forward, tailbone lifting. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale up to child's pose, or to force, sorry. Exhale back to child's pose. Good, let's keep going. Moving with your breath. The inhale lifting you up, your exhale releasing you back. Just warming up the spine here a little bit. And let's add on to this movement. So with your next exhale, curl the toes under, lift into downward facing dog. Inhale, immediately float back down onto hands and knees. And exhale, child's pose. Inhale back up to hands and knees, curl the toes under, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Again, inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. And just continue to move between these three postures on your breath. Inhaling to hands and knees, exhaling to down dog or child's pose, alternating between the two. Moving with your breath. Couple more times. This will be a relatively movement-heavy class because Vyana Vayu is all about movement. It's about circulating. It's about being out in your body, in the world. It's the best that we can at this point in our lives. Good. So we're going to add on to this, or I should say we're going to change it up a little bit. So take your time, but make your way to downward facing dog. We'll stay for a breath or two just to make sure everybody catches up. Good. With your next inhale, come into plank pose, straight line push-up. With your exhale, plank yourself down 1 inch from the floor, chaturanga. Keep the knees off the ground if you can. And then push the arms straight, take the shoulders back, come onto the tops of the feet, knees are off the ground, looking up. And with your exhale, feel a tug behind your navel that pulls you back into downward facing dog. Don't worry, we're gonna do that a bunch more times if you didn't get it on the first try. Inhale into plank pose again. With your exhale again, chaturanga, come 1 inch from the floor, come onto the tops of the feet, press the arms straight, shoulders back, upward facing dog, and exhale back to downward facing dog. Let's keep this moving. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Just continue to move on your own. Plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Moving at your own pace. This can be slow, this can be quick. Actually warming up the body here. These strong yogis. Let's do a few more rounds. Moving with your breath. Moving through it one more time. Good. Next time you come to down dog, go ahead and stay. Take your time getting there. Take an adjusting breath here. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Take your arms down by your side, giving those wrists a break for a moment. And with your next inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, lift up onto the knees and reach the arms overhead, heart looking up. As you exhale, go ahead and fold forward, take your arms down by your side. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, come back up again, heart lifting at the top. And exhale, release back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Let's do a few more on your breath. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, releasing down. Last one, inhale, come up. Exhale, release down. Take the hands forward. Inhale up to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog once again. Good. In down dog, bring the feet together. And then come into plank pose. And in plank pose, pivot onto your right foot and right hand. Left hand can come onto your left hip, and think about blowing that left hip bone toward the ceiling. Side plank. Now, if you need to, you can stack one foot in front of the other to give you some support here, but try to balance if you can. Good. Go ahead and bring the left hand back down to the floor. Let's just pivot to the other side. Left foot, left hand, right hip pointing toward the sky. Breathe. Good. Bring the right hand down. Why not plank down to chaturanga? Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Good. Taking in adjusting breath here in downward facing dog. All right, so from here, go ahead and walk your hands back to meet your feet, coming into the standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Press palms to shins, come halfway up. Exhale, fold down. 2 more times, palms to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale. And exhale. Sweep the arms up to the side. Inhale with a flat back, come all the way up. Reach the arms overhead. And palms to the heart. Good. Take an adjusting breath here. Aware of sensation. All right. So go ahead and have your feet stuck underneath your hips. We're going to do some arm swings next. And we'll do the version of arm swings where we drop the body. So I'll walk you through the steps just to make sure we're all on the same page. These arm swings are great for circulation, so they technically do help to invoke this Vyana Vayu. So this is a 3-part inhale through the nose, 1 powerful exhale out of the mouth with the movement. So it'll be inhale, arms up, inhale, arms back, inhale, arms up, then exhale, bend the knees, drop the body, sweep the arms behind you to inhale, come up for the next round. So without talking or fast motion, it's inhale, 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 exhale, inhale, 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 exhale. Go ahead and join me. Inhaling through the nose. Powerful exhale out of the mouth as you clear the respiratory system, the navel pulling into the body and up. Try to feel the full movement of your shoulder joints, up, and back. And go at your own pace. We're going to go for a full 2 minutes tonight, so make sure that you have some gas in the tank to get you to the end. Swinging it out. You're about halfway done. Keep swinging. You can slow the movement down if you need to, but I encourage you to keep going if you can. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of your mouth. Almost there, about 20 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to standing. Whew. Feel that circulation, breath rate, heart rate. Sensation in the body. We're going to keep this energy moving. Go ahead and take your feet a little bit wider than your shoulders. And turn them out slightly, about 45 degrees. All right, so we're going to swing from side to side. And if you don't have enough space to allow your arms to swing, you can take your hands onto your shoulders and do the exercise here. But if you can, if you have the space in your space, you'll twist from side to side and let your back heel cheat up, the arms hitting the body and looking behind you. And we're just going to keep going. From side to side. Again, if you don't have enough space, it's okay. You can do hands on the shoulders, swing from side to side. Now, there is no prescribed breathing rhythm for this exercise. It's just important that you do breathe. So when you notice the breath getting shallow, take a deeper, fuller breath. Twisting from side to side. Take a deeper, fuller breath. In, out. Keep going. We're doing this for a full 2 minutes as well. I didn't mention that before, but now you know. From side to side. We're going to go for about 30 more seconds. Check in with your breath again. Take a deeper breath if it's not really that full. Reminding us that Vyana Vayu, when we work with the breath, is governed by the capacity of the inhale and exhale. So let it be bigger, let it be broader. Three, 2, and 1. Wind it back in. Feeling sensation, breath rate, heart rate. I'm doing just a little bit of pranayama here. You can just keep standing where you're at. Maybe have the eyes closed. Actually have the eyes open. It's Vyana Vayu. We're trying to extrovert a bit, but you can be present with what's going on inside, even with your eyes facing forward. So do just kind of focus somewhere, maybe on the camera or on the screen or a light or corner of the room, whatever you want to focus on. Become aware of your breath. And take a deep breath in and out. As much breath out of the body as you can. Then inhale again. Exhale. Let's do this 3 more times. Deep breath in, feel the lungs expand, filling to capacity. And then empty them completely. One more time. Deep breath in. If you can, hold the breath. Hold it in. Keep the eyes open. Exhale completely. And then breathe normally. Good. Sometimes just taking deep breaths like that actually gives you a lot of energy. So if you're feeling lethargic or something, or you're trying to like focus, but your mind keeps wandering, just do that exercise a few times. Just get a hit of oxygen in your body. So we're going to enter into our sun salutation next. If you haven't had a drink of water in a minute, go ahead and hydrate. So Vyana Vayu, again, is about movement. It's about circulating. It's about moving through the world, putting ourselves out there. So we're going to do a bunch of sun salutations to help induce that. This is how this works. So normally in our classes, we do about maybe 5 or 6 sun salutations. I'm waffling here. I'm like, how many do we want to do? How many do we want to do? Let's shoot for 10, okay? Let's shoot for 10. You can go at your own pace. It's a relatively simple sun salutation. If you need to take a break, go ahead and do so, all right? So we can challenge ourselves, but also be very much aware of what our capacity is. So if we get toward that 6th or 7th one, and you're like, I need a breath, that's a good time to stop. Also, in the middle of the sun salutations, we'll do that earlier flow we did, which was down dog, plank, chaturanga, up dog, and back again. You can always sit one of those out, either staying in down dog or coming down to child's pose while everybody else does that one. So there's ways to kind of insert little pauses in this if it starts to feel like it's a bit too much. All right, so go ahead and step to the top of your mat. We're going to be working with the lunge series tonight. And we'll go fairly slow for the first couple, and then we'll turn up the heat after a while. Feet stacking underneath your hips. Bring your palms together at your heart. Keep the eyes open. I know it's weird. Keep the eyes open. And take a few deep breaths. And so on the rhythm of the breath, we'll move. With your inhale, sweep the arms down and up. Exhale, go ahead and bend the knees. Drop the body, sweep the arms behind you. Inhale, chair pose. Straighten the legs, inhale. Exhale, fold forward and down. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, release, and step your right foot way back. Drop the knee to the floor. Inhale, lift the arms up for the crescent lunge. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor and step back to downward facing dog. We'll move through this middle flow called Danda Kriya. So coming into plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. 1 inch from the floor. Coming onto the tops of the feet, press the arms straight, shoulders back, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Lift the right leg into the air. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands, help it through, and bring the back knee down to the ground. Inhale, crescent lunge, lifting up. Exhale, palms to the floor and step forward. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up, inhale. And palms to the heart. 1 down. Let's keep going. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, chair prep. Chair pose. Good, lift. And fold. Halfway up. Exhale, release. Take the left foot back this time. Knee to the ground. Crescent lunge. Downward facing dog. Bring the hands down to the floor and step on back. Plank pose. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, help it forward. Back knee to the ground. Crescent lunge, come on up. Exhale, palms to the floor and step forward. Palms to shins and down. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Good. I'm going to start going a little bit faster. Go at your own pace if you need to. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, chair prep. Chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Lift and fold. Palms to shins. Right foot steps. Knee to the ground, crescent lunge. Downward facing dog. Plank pose. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Right leg lifts and steps. Come on up. Standing forward fold, step forward. Palms to shins. Exhale, release. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. We're just gonna go right into the next one. Bend the knees, drop the body. Chair prep, chair pose. Lift, fold. Palms to shins. And down, left foot steps. Knee to the ground, crescent lunge. Downward facing dog. Moving through this middle flow, you know it, Danda Kriya. Left leg lifts this time. Step the foot forward. Crescent lunge. Standing forward fold. Halfway up. Exhale, release. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. Again, bend the knees, drop the body, sweep it back. Lift. Fold. Halfway. Right foot. Lunge. Downward facing dog. Moving through Danda Kriya, plank, chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog, right leg lifts and steps. Crescent lunge. Stepping forward. Halfway up. And down. All the way up. Halfway there. You're doing great. Bend the knees, sweep the arms back. Chair prep. Chair pose. Straighten up. And fold. Halfway. Left foot. Lunge. Downward facing dog. Danda Kriya, plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog, left leg, and step. Come on up, crescent lunge. Standing forward fold. Palms to shins. And down. Arms out to the side, coming all the way up. Again, bend the knees, chair prep. Chair pose. Lift. Fold. Halfway. And down. Right foot steps back. We're on number 7 now. Come on up. Downward facing dog. Danda Kriya, plank pose. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right leg. And step. Knee to the ground, come on up. Palms to the floor, step forward. Halfway up and down. Arms out to the side, coming all the way up. Bend the knees, chair prep, sweep it back, you can do it. Chair pose. Lift and fold. Number 8, palms to shins. And step the left foot back. Crescent lunge. Downward facing dog. Danda Kriya, you know the moves. Left leg and step. Good. Stepping forward, halfway up and fold. all the way up. 2 more times. Bend the knees, sweep the arms back. Good. Chair pose. Lift. Fold. Halfway. Right foot. Lunge. Downward facing dog. Danda Kriya. Right leg. And step. Lunge. Standing forward fold. Halfway up. All the way up. Last one, bend the knees, sweep the arms back. Chair pose. Straighten the legs and fold forward. Halfway. Left foot. Lunge. Downward facing dog. Danda Kriya. Left foot. Bring it through. Crescent lunge. Exhale, step forward. Palms to shins and fold. All the way up. Palms to heart. Keep the eyes open. Even with the eyes open, be present. Body breath, mind, that Vyana Vayu energy, the effect of the movements we've just done on your body, on your system. Relax your arms to your side, palms facing forward. Same pranayama as we did earlier. Deep breath in, feel the lungs expand to capacity. Exhale completely. Inhale, lungs expanding to capacity. Exhale completely. Inhale, expand. Hold the breath in if you can at the top. Exhale completely. Hold the breath out at the bottom if you can. Inhale, full breath. Hold in. Exhale completely. Hold out. One more time. Inhale fully. Hold. Exhale completely. Hold. Inhale softly. Aware of the space occupied by your body here. Eyes still open if you can. Becoming acutely aware of the space around you. Of course, there's exactly what's in front of you, but you're also aware of anything that might be behind you. There's the walls themselves and the spaces that you're in. What's beyond that? Outside the door, outside these walls, outside this building. The town you're in. State. Country. All across the world in your awareness. But you standing here steady at the center of it all. Aware of it all. With it all. And then allow that expanded awareness to contract all the way back into your body here. Standing here, breathing here. Deep breath in and out. And come on back. All right. So I'm getting sweaty in here because we did 10 sun salutations. We did them really quickly. So thank you for hanging in there. Ugh, this will be a fun one to redo once the video's out. All right. So earlier I talked about dancer pose. We're going to do dancer pose next. And we're going to do our best to do it in the middle of your space. If you are near a wall, you could definitely use a wall to help you with this as well. So I'll demonstrate both variations for you. Okay. So this is a balancing posture, so we'll take our time getting into it. And if we fall, which is fine if we do, if we fall, we'll take our time coming back into the practice. Careful not to get frustrated or to feel defeated. It's just a practice. It's just a practice. So just to demonstrate dancer, I'm going to shift into my left leg. My eyes are going to be focused to a single point in front of me, and I'm going to lift my right knee. Then I'm going to drop the knee down and reach back and grab the inside of my right ankle with my right hand. Good. Now I have my left hand on my left hip for now, and we can move that in a bit. But keeping the eyes focused, I'm going to press the hand into the foot, lifting the leg into the air behind me, leaning my chest forward slightly, but I'm still like lifting up and forward. I'm not coming into a straight line here, okay? And then the left hand can reach up as well. Dancer pose. Now, if you want to do it with a wall, I'll just pretend like this is a wall here. Make sure you can see on this camera. And you'll hold the wall and you'll just do the pose here as well. Okay? So either one, we're going to practice dancer. Let's all do the left side first, just so it makes sense in the instructions. So standing tall, feet flat on the floor, shift the weight of your body down into your left leg. Now again, focus the eyes to a single non-moving point in front of you. So probably not me. And then lift your right knee up, hands on your hips. And then drop the right knee down. And if you're using the wall, your left hand will be on the wall at this point. And then reach back and grab the inside of the right ankle with the right hand. And then push the foot into the hand, begin to lean forward slightly as you lift that back heel high into the air. Good. Left arm can extend forward. And we can breathe. If you fall, it's okay. Just come back in. Take your time walking through the stages. And then begin to carefully come back down. Take a moment in center, a few deep breaths. Now, one side's going to be harder than the other. That might have been your hard side. That might have been your easy side. We're about to find out. But just like the first side, be patient with yourself as you come into it. If you fall out of the posture, if you start to wobble a bit, be patient with yourself. Okay. So shifting into your right leg this time, feeling it ground, hands on the hips. And if you're using a wall, it'll be your right hand on the wall. So we're going to lift the left knee, focus your eyes to a single non-moving point, and then take the left knee down, reach back behind you and grab the inside of the left ankle with the left hand. Press the foot into the hand, lifting it high, and maybe extending your right arm forward. And if you fall out of it, take your time coming back in. If you start looking around a bunch, you'll definitely fall. Breathe. And when you feel complete on this side, go ahead and release. All right. Take your time coming out. And once you're there, just go ahead and fold forward into Uttanasana for just a breath or two. After balancing, sometimes it's nice to come into a symmetrical posture just to feel the body a little bit more equal on both sides. Then however you'd like to, go ahead and come back up to standing. All right. Another posture that I named earlier was half moon pose. People usually have a love-hate relationship, or actually a hate-hate relationship with this posture, but we're going to do our best tonight. So what you may need is a prop. And so I have a yoga block here, even though it kind of disappears on screen because it's the same shade as what's behind me, but I promise I'm holding a block. If you don't have one, you could use a stack of books. You could use, like looking around my space, I'm like, what could you use? A stack of books is probably the best, like something that feels equal to this. I've sometimes used my tall water bottle as long as it has a base that you can hold on to that is pretty steady as well. These cost like $5 on Amazon. Pick some up. So I'll demonstrate one side and then we'll do the other next. So the way we'll practice half moon tonight will be starting in Uttanasana, the standing forward fold. And if you're using a block, you'll have it about 12 to 18 inches in front of your right foot. Your left fingertips will be on the ground as well, and then sweep the left leg into the air behind you. This is stage one. If this is as far as you go tonight, that is completely fine. The next stage is to bring your left hand onto your left hip, and then begin to rotate that left shoulder open. Notice I'm still looking at the floor. You start to look around a bunch, you'll fall. Squeezing up that back leg. And then you can take the left arm into the air if your shoulders stack, and then maybe even turn the head around, okay? So let's do this together, shall we? We'll do that same side. So coming into the standing forward fold, if you're using a block, you'll have it in front of your right foot, about 12 to 18 inches, depending on how long your torso is. Now, if you have a really long arms, you might not need the block, okay? You can definitely do this with your hand on the floor. I have short arms, so I always use a block. Maybe it's a crutch. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Left fingertips on the floor. Sweep the left leg high into the air behind you, opening the hips toward the side. Keep your eyes fixed on the ground. Bring your left hand onto your left hip. And roll the left shoulder back. If this is as far as you go, you're doing great. Breathe. Squeeze up that left leg. Maybe taking the left arm into the air if your shoulders stack. If they don't, keep the left hand on the left hip. You might even be able to turn the head around. Maybe. Good. When you feel like you've had enough of this first side, go ahead and release. Coming back into the forward fold, adjusting as you need to. Because we have another side to do, isn't that lovely? Okay, when you're ready for side number two, you'll bring the block in front of your left foot this time, if you're using a block or a stack of books or a water bottle or whatever you have. Good. Again, the block is about 12 to 18 inches in front of that foot. Left hand is on the block, right fingertips on the ground. Sweep the right leg into the air behind you. Keep your eyes fixed on the ground and bring your right hand onto your right hip. Squeeze up the right leg. Roll the right shoulder back. And breathe. Maybe turning the head, maybe extending the arm. Depends on your practice. And when you feel pretty balanced on this side, you can release. Again, coming into the standing forward fold. Good, good. So from wherever you're at, go ahead and come into downward facing dog. Taking just a few breaths here. And then inhale, come into plank pose. And exhale, plank yourself down to the floor, coming all the way down this time. All right. Our next posture will be bow pose. So go ahead and bend your knees, bring your heels in towards your seat, and reach back with each hand and grab your ankles with your respective hands. Do your best. Now, since we're all practicing at home and I can't see all of you, if you can't grab your ankles, what you'll do instead of what I'm about to teach, you'll do locust pose instead. So you'll have your hands on the floor and you'll lift the head, chest, and legs like so. Okay? So that's if you can't grab your ankles, and it's completely fine. But if you can, go ahead and grab hold of them. And your pelvis pops up off the floor when you do that. So take a deep exhale and press the pelvis down. Then inhale, press the feet into the hands, and lift the heart away from the floor. And you honestly don't have to muscle too hard here. Just push the feet into the hands, and that will lift you up. Breathe. Deep breath in, and exhale, release down. Good. We're going to come into it one more time since now you know where we're going. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Exhale, press the pelvis down. Inhale, pull yourself up. Heart shining forward. Breathe. Deep breath in. And exhale, come down. You can release the legs and turn your head to a side. Taking deep breaths here. And turn your head to the opposite side. Again, taking deep breaths. All right. Taking a deeper breath. Go ahead and bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Curl the toes under and lift the knees. Push up to plank. And back to downward facing dog. And in down dog, feel length in the spine. So you can bend your knees a little bit more than you're used to and shoot the hips powerfully toward the sky. Lengthening the spine here. And then inhale, float down onto hands and knees. And exhale, child's pose. Taking just a few more breaths in child's pose. And taking a deeper, fuller breath. Go ahead and walk your hands back, coming up to a seat. And bring your legs out in front of you. Working it out tonight. Working hard. All right, so just a couple more postures and then we'll have Shavasana. So go ahead and bring your right knee in toward your chest. And then take the right foot across the body toward the outside of the left leg. Flex the left foot and sit up tall. If you need to, you can sit on a folded blanket here and give yourself a couple of extra inches. Take your right hand, so it's right knee on top. Take your right hand right behind your back, so right next to the spine. So not back here somewhere, but right next to the body. So we're going to do a little bit of chanting. And like always, you can join me or you can just listen. But essentially, we'll inhale, lift the left arm up. Then exhale, we'll come into the twist, taking the left arm across and looking behind you. But as we do that, we're going to chant Om, and we'll do it 3 times, okay? So go ahead and lift the left arm up. Then exhale. Om. Inhale, unwind, reach up. Again. One more time, reach up. Staying in the pose. Now, it's tempting in our practices because we tend to like to introvert a lot in yoga to close the eyes. I'm going to ask you to keep the eyes open, but still be focused inward, if that makes sense. You can be aware of the world around you while still holding your center. Maybe you focus the eyes to a single non-moving point. Aware of that point and everything in your periphery. And then inhale, unwind. Bring both hands to the other side and just do a quick bow and push up and uncross. All right, so let's do the other side now. Bringing the left foot flat to the floor. Take the left foot to the outside of the right leg and flex the right foot. And if it's the left knee on top, it's the left hand behind your spine. And again, we're going to do the twisting with Om. We'll do it 3 times. So go ahead and lift the right arm into the air. Exhale, take it across and chant. Om. Inhale, unwind, reach up. Om. One more time. Om. Staying in the pose this time. Again, keep your eyes open, looking behind you. Focus on a single non-moving point, your drishti, your focal point, and aware of everything in your periphery at the same time. Good. With your next inhale, carefully unwind. Again, bring both hands to the other side and just do a quick bow and push up and uncross. All right, so go ahead and bring your legs into your normal habitual cross or stacking one in front of the other, Siddhasana, easy seat. If you want to, you can sit on a blanket here. We're going to do a forward fold. So sitting up as tall as you can, have your hands in front of you and just walk your hands as far forward as you can. That'll look different in different bodies. You don't have to go as far as I am. Maybe you go further than I do. And as you're reaching the hands forward, think about grounding your hips to the floor behind you. Good, and then walk the hands back. And now we'll come into the non-habitual cross of your legs. So notice which direction they're in now or which position, and then just switch them. It'll feel awkward. That's how you know you're doing it right. Pretty much the story of yoga. So sitting up tall, and then go ahead and walk your hands forward. And as you walk your hands forward, think about grounding your hips powerfully to the earth behind you. One more breath. And then go ahead and walk the hands back, coming up to a nice tall seat. Now the moment you've been waiting for, Shavasana, our final resting posture. So go ahead and come to lie down, making sure that you're comfortable here on your back. You can bring a blanket underneath your head for some support if you'd like to. You can turn down the lights in your space if you'd like to. Unless that light is the sun, then do your best. Make sure that you're comfortable, all right? Normally I can hear you laugh at my jokes, and I'm just imagining that there's just like this roaring laughter on your end. It's okay if that's not the case. All right. If you're still making your way to Shavasana, continue to move at your own pace. Once you're there, feel the body uncross. Toes falling out to the side, your arms resting to your sides, palms face up, this open, receptive, yet relaxed position. Soft jaw. And then softly allow your eyes to close, relaxing any tension that might be there. And take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in again. Hold at the top of the inhale. Out. Hold at the bottom of the exhale. One more breath. Deep breath in. Hold. Complete breath out. Hold. And then breathe normally. And become aware of your body and the space occupied by your body. Feel the space just off of the surfaces of your skin. And the space just beyond that. With your eyes still closed, picture the room around you in as much detail as you can. Notice your position in the room. Stay grounded. What's just beyond these walls? and then what's just beyond that. And allow your awareness just to continue to step by step become aware of space further and further, not just away from you, but around you. You're still in it. You're still that center of awareness. You're still the anchor for that awareness. As your awareness continues to spread, peace, peace, peace. Go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. And bring some movements to your hands and feet, your arms and legs. And take your time as you roll to your right side. And coming on up to a seat as you feel complete here. So as you come to sit tall, make sure that you're comfortable. You can sit on a couple of folded blankets or a cushion if you'd like to. We'll be here for just a little bit. If you're still making your way to a seat, continue to go at your own pace. In a few moments, we'll enter into the Vyana Vayu meditation. And this meditation actually starts out with some movement. It'll just be your arms and your hands, so you don't need to like get up and move around or anything. But know that the first part of this is actually somewhat of a physical and energetic experience. Okay? So sitting tall, go ahead and bring your palms together in Anjali Mudra, palms together, prayer hands at the heart. And just become aware of the energy in your body. Maybe imagining it as light, potency. Vyana Vayu, again, is all about sending energy into the world. So with your inhale, go ahead and spread your arms out to the side and feel the energy flow through your bloodstream and out of your hands, out of your feet, out of the top of your head. Hold the breath into the top of the inhale. Expand that life force from the heart out to the edges of the universe. Then exhale, slowly bring your hands together, feeling that Vyana energy return to your heart as if you were returning to source. We're going to do that 9 more times. Inhale, expand your arms out to the side. Feel the energy in your body expand to the furthest regions of the universe. Hold the breath in and hold that connection. And then exhale, feel all of that energy contract back to your heart as if again returning to source. Inhale, extend the arms out to the side, sending that energy to every corner of anything. Holding the breath in, holding that connection. Exhale, bring it all back to center. Again, inhale, expand. Hold the breath, hold the connection. Exhale, bring it back to source, back to heart. Again, inhale. Hold. Bring it back. 5 more times on your own. About twice more. As you complete this exhale, relax your arms or hands down to your side, hands on the knees, palms face up. And be aware of that heart center, the space at the center of the chest, Anahata Chakra. With your attention at the heart, visualize an orange wheel spinning clockwise. And see that orange wheel sending rays of light and energy outward in all directions. Orange wheel spinning clockwise, the heart. And see that energy first fill your body. And just like our earlier contemplations, then see that energy as your awareness spread beyond your body. That orange wheel sending energy into the space around you, then beyond these walls, beyond all borders, spreading into every corner, every direction of this planet, of this universe. That orange wheel spinning from the heart. And then allow that visual to fade. That intention's still there, though. And bring your palms together to your heart and bow your chin and just honor this Vyana Vayu energy that is now pronounced within you. And may all of your work here tonight, all of this effort, all of that effort, keep you connected to the wisdom of this Vayu and how to invoke it when you need it. And may that knowledge and this practice serve you. So until next time, namaste.
Namaste.
Yes, thank you for all being here, sharing in this practice. I hope you've enjoyed this class and also this series. I'm going to put it together in a nice package here soon, but all the classes will be online. If you wanted to do a pranayama that works with Vyana Vayu, if you have the book, it's on page 154. It's called Big Balance Sequence. And of course, if you ever have any questions or anything about this practice or yoga in general, feel free to hit me up on my email, and I will see you all soon. Have a great week.